It's Thursday, had a successful breakfast stream, and now we had to come out to do some errands, do a few things, and we also grabbed lunch. And Dad is joining us today, which we appreciate. And you watched breakfast stream this morning.
Yes.
Was it a pretty good show? Was it a pretty good show?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Thanks. So we came to Mission actually, and I don't know what they did to the pulled pork today specifically, but they seasoned it perfect. It's amazing. So we're gonna eat some food, run a few errands, and then get back to work because you got to finish it. Mel almost finished her painting. We thought she would finish it last night. She's close. This much left, but not yet. It was fun hanging out with my dad a bit. I mean, I feel like I get a chance to see my parents a little bit more than the average person just because we live pretty close to them. And I'd say we probably meet up for dinner or something on average like once every 7 to 10 days. Obviously, for a while there, it was far more often because they wanted to feed us while we were in the move, and we appreciated that. But on average, it's like 7 to 10 days. But hanging out with him today was nice. We just really did a few errands, and that was it. But it was still pleasant. Always nice to see my dad and talk to my dad, and I don't know, just be around him, I guess. And it sounds kind of weird to say that, but it's true. It's true. This evening, I've been working on all sorts of various stuff. I don't know if I've shown Clifford. He's Clifford the Big Red Drive because he's a 4 terabyte drive, but he's tiny and he doesn't have a dedicated power supply. Like Clifford, who didn't have to be plugged into a wall. Clifford's where all of the Japan footage is stored, and I've been looking ahead because I'm past the halfway mark on editing the Japan vlogs, and it's a big accomplishment for me. I released the 8th of April and tonight, and I felt really great about it. The response has been good, and I'm like, cool. Moving on to the next thing. There's April 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and then 13th, which I think is really just a return, so I don't think that one's going to be that bad. So there's like 5 days left. And the big issue every day, like the thing I'm looking at to quickly get an idea of how difficult it's going to be is, first off, how big in file size the folder is, because that gives me a rough estimate about how long it's going to be. But then to specifically look at Jeff's footage, because Jeff's footage has been, no offense to Jeff, because it has nothing to do with Jeff as a person, but Jeff's footage has been nightmarish to deal with. His camera is a nice camera. It's a good camera. It shoots high-quality video, but I've said before, it shoots H.265, which the Mac just doesn't want to deal with, which isn't too terribly unusual. Only like some of the latest computers, both on the Mac and PC end, will play back H.265. Mine will try and not do so very successfully. So I have to turn it into ProRes, and it blows the files up like super huge. And looking ahead, I'm getting worried because I should be okay on the 9th, 10th, and 11th, but the 12th, for whatever reason, I'm not sure what day it is exactly, but Jeff shot a crap load of footage. And it's worrisome because when you multiply that by like 5 or 6, it's hundreds of gigs just in Jeff's footage before we even deal with mine. And it's just getting hard to store this. I run out of space all the time. All the time. I desperate, and like a lot of it lately has to do with Japan, and I completely understand that. But just in general, I'm constantly battling space because we make so much video. And yeah, even though Dan might edit Stephen Plays stuff, it still gets sent to me, and I'm the one who archives it. And it all has to go somewhere. So I've got an external that stuff goes to, and then that fills up, and then it's got to go somewhere else. So then I move it to some other things. And it's not ideal. I talked a long time ago about how we had been putting stuff on internals in the PC and then using Backblaze, and that's a pretty good solution for most people. And it was a pretty good solution for me for a while, and then we kept making. And those Backblaze drives are almost gone. They're almost used up. And I actually, it's been months ago, I bought several external hard drives with the intent of putting all of my stuff on them
and I never get a chance to get around to it because I'm just always so freaking busy, and I'm starting to get to a point where there will be no space left anywhere, and I'm gonna have to like take an entire day and just say, too bad you don't get to work today. You have to move the files. There will be no space left. I'm starting to put files into every nook and cranny of every drive, and those externals that I bought for that sole express purpose have not been used for that sole express purpose, so I have to do that soon. Sorry. Every day there's a million things that are on my mind, and the problem is there's only so much time to actively focus on like one thing at a time. But that doesn't mean that the voices in my head stop screaming, because they're always screaming. There's so many things in my head that are just screaming for attention, and one of them is the fact that, Steven, now you have to move more files because you don't have any friggin' space. Again, for the second time this week. And that's just... I have a solution. Just have to take the time to do it. And that day is coming soon. There's coming a day very, very soon where I again, I won't have a choice. I will literally, there will be no more room. Yeah. Anyway, this isn't copying over. Like, it says it's preparing to copy, but it didn't actually start. So I don't know if there's a problem. I don't freaking know anymore. Oh, one final thing I wanted to say today. This morning, actually before breakfast stream, before breakfast stream started, so I'm glad I was up early today, got a call from IKEA. They will be delivering our furniture on Tuesday, which is great, because we could use the furniture. I'd love to have a real desk and be a real boy and put my crap over here and get everything set up exactly how I want it. And also get the house set up and finished and finalized for when Paul's going to be here next weekend. So, yeah, Tuesday's the day. But tomorrow, supposedly, maybe, we're getting another delivery, a washer and dryer. I can't remember if I talked about that or not, but assuming we get it tomorrow, because who knows, the world is a mad, 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 mad place, then I'll talk about it then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening through my rant. I consider it a form of empathy, to be honest. Every view that I see on a video like this, I'm like, that person sat through a portion of this video for that view to take up, and that counts as empathy. So I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm curious. And it still says preparing to copy. I don't think it's copying anything. I don't believe that at all. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?